The certification tests really ask you to take a broad overview of the platform and understand how the pieces and the capabilities provided on the platform can be used to fit together in order to deliver a solution for a customer.
Certification proves that an engineer not only has that real-world experience, but also has the technical knowledge to be able to be certified and to operate at the level that is required.
What certification offers that experience doesn't is peace of mind. I'm not only talking about self-confidence, but also for our customers. Having us certified working on their projects really gives them peace of mind that they're working with a partner who really knows what they're doing.
Hello everyone, my name is Ricardo. Today on 30 Days of Cloud, we're going to cover infrastructure. So let me share my screen real quick so we can start. So as you may be aware of, if you've been following up, today we are on the third week of 30 Days of Cloud, today with infrastructure with AIP. So if you didn't follow, this is a quick reminder of the incredible opportunity Google is giving us of the 30 Days of Cloud. So on the 30 Days of Cloud, we're going to have exceptional tools on the cloud, helping students getting badges and get certified. So this is going to be a few important links that we're going to be using today. The first one is going to be the cloudcoach.dev. This will be right here. Share you guys real quick. This is a website made by students and the Google team with all the projects that we've been working on. Here we're going to have our leaderboard or dashboard. It takes a quick second to load with all the universities participating in this program right now. More than 16 universities are sharing this amazing content with the GDSC chapters. And here we're going to see how many students completed the badges at university. So every student completes a badge is going to get a goodie. So keep doing badges, getting certified. We're not just doing because of the goodies, we're doing for the certifications. The second link is going to be the quick labs code, so we can get your 30 days right here. Your 30 days of free month subscription. So basically you're going to go the link on the screen, start a lab for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, it should show up right here, your monthly subscription. I did it already, so we can move forward. The link that we'll be working on today will be the days 2. So this will be the project that we'll be working today. Your user authentication, I think identity aware proxy is basically 1 hour, but I did it 6 times that you can do in less than 20 minutes. Perfect. And the next link is going to be the common space right here. Oh, let me go out and go back on. So right here, you can use your Gmail account to log in. After you log in, you can put your name, you join, and here we're going to have people, you can go in, try to help each other. You can grab a cup of water, talk with everyone. This amazing feature, right here, Michael is right here. So only people close to you can hear you. And the next one, perfect. So if you copy the first link or the second link and go to cloudskillsboost.google and click in your profile, and you can click right here to make your badges public. So when you make a public profile, this is a new account I just created for today. I don't have any badges yet. Today we're going to get our first badge for this account. You can share your account information right here, and you can put all your badges, skills to your resume. So this is going to be a few paths that you can work on with this monthly subscription, the data, machine learning, AI, infrastructure, networking, and there's several other paths that you can work on with all these monthly subscriptions, several paths that you can work. And today we are Tuesday, so I'll be presenting the user authentication, our proxy. Tomorrow we're going to have the HTTP load balancer with Cloud Armor. And Thursday, we're going to have the AI platform quick start. Keep posted so you can watch and get those badges. And a few more skill badges and certifications that you can share to your resume. Like I mentioned before, there are several paths that you can choose from. Just go, let me share real quick, right here on the Google Cloud, and several paths that you can follow and work on. Let's keep going ahead. Few more infrastructure, networking, more stuff you can get your badges. So we talk about badges, but what is a badge? So the skill badge is basically a representation of your skills that you can show to your future employer. You can share anywhere. Is an online badge. Let's say it's the NFC of badges is yours. You have your name. And how do you earn a skill badge? So today we're going to earn one for this lab hands-on. It's pretty simple if you follow all the steps. Google and did an amazing job following step by step. You can get a badge and you can show that you know how to do. Here I already show how to you make your public profile. Just go to cloudskillboost.google, press enter profile, and you already have right here. It's public, everyone can see your badges. You can share this link, make it shorter, and put your resume. So perfect, congrats. You're going to earn your badge at the end of this live stream today. So the infrastructure today, we're going to be covering identity, our proxy, and what is an AIP. So AIP, you can have your web app or any application you've been working on. Basically, you're going to clusterize that and make it only accessible by people that you trust and let you know. You can make accessible to everyone or just few people. So it only authorizes requests for people that you put on the system. So here we can see, let's say, anonymous people or general public, you can block them even before hitting your server. So only authorized user. Of course, if you let it off, they can zoom in and we can see few fields that if you let someone anonymous in your website without this, they can spoof your information, they can pretend they're somewhere else. And you can even add an Active Directory. It's a little bit ahead of the course that we're taking on today, but your company or your employer can have an Active Directory and synchronize with AIP of Google. So these will be a few criteria that you can use AIP. Today we're going to go over topic 1 and 2. And let's go to the hands-on lab. So let me open right here. Sorry. Perfect. And we go right there. So let me half of the screen right here. Right there, you're going to see. Close this. Perfect. And the other half right here. So the second link that I showed before, the link number 2, Billy GSDC days 30 days 2, we're going to go directly for the user authentication aware proxy. So if you already have completed your 5 minutes, you already should have your monthly subscription, and we can start this lab. So once you start a lab, you're going to click right here. After, you don't have to use credits, you don't have to launch a token, you're just going to use a subscription. And let me make the captcha. I always made mistakes on those. I never know where the sign ends or it starts. So let's try to see if that's correct. Perfect. Oh. Okay. So let me use a different account because I've been doing this lab so many times. So let me sign out and sign in a different account. Refresh right here. Perfect. So you're going to click Start Lab, doing the CAPTCHA again. Tractors, those are tractors. Verify. I'm going to use 5 credits because this account, I have the month subscription. Perfect. Okay. So the first thing you're going to see, you're going to have right here your account, your password, and the project ID. So basically what I explained before about AIP. On this lab, we're going to display a welcome page. So basically, we're going to display a basic hello world in Python Flask. So we can show how it works. We're going to activate the AIP and make sure the information is not spoofed, is getting real of the Google keys, and what we learn. So how to use the AIP with simple app like Python Flask, how to enable, and how to provide information the AIP, and how we cryptographically verify the information. So the introduction, you can, if you want to read more or more about the documentation of AIP, there is a link below. And we went already through that, what's AIP. So basically what you need, of course, you have a connection. Otherwise, we'll now be watching this stream. And these will be the setup requirements. Basically have a connection. It's very recommended to use a Chrome browser. And we have 1 hour to complete this lab, enough time. And please, 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 guys, do not use your personal account while logging. So you're going to open the Cloud Console right there. I usually recommend to incognito mode, and you're going to use this account. Don't use your personal account, otherwise you'll be spending a lot of money. We want to use the username that's provided by Google and a password. Right there. So if you follow through, we open, we put the username, password provided by Google. Like I say, do not use your personal one. And accept. And here we can see our beautiful Google Cloud platform. So we'll be working right here. You can select your country and agree. And we can activate a Cloud Shell. While that's loading, let's make sure if you make everything correctly, we open the shell. And here we're going to authenticate the account. So just right here, got it. First, we right now verifying the authorize the user ID. So let me make this bigger. So here we're going to see the account is run by student 20250, the same number that we have here in your username. In the next one, we're going to make sure the project ID is correct. So gcloud config, the project ID. And perfect. So we have the project ID 87B. And right there, 87B. So we make sure we work in the right project. Yours may be different than mine because it's automatic generated. And if you want to know more about the Google Cloud Command Tool documentation, you can click right here on this link. So right here, we're going to download the code for a simple hello world on Python Flask. So this will be download the zip file. Then we're going to unzip the folder. You can see all the files that we're going to use during this project. And let's cd, let's join on the folder. Perfect. So right here, we're going to deploy the application. So like I mentioned before, a hello world. So here we're going to see if you press dir on the directory. This will be the first module we're going to cover: hello world, hello user, and hello verify information. Right now, we're going to go cd1 hello world, and you press dir, and you can see the files inside. Let's zoom in a little bit more. Perfect. Okay, once we're inside, we can see the files on the Flask web framework. So if you Google how to do a hello world in Flask, this will be basically how you say a hello world. everything here from here to here will be the hello world. Everything else will be comments on the code, but we can see we're deploying a port 8080. Perfect. After we confirm everything's correct here, we can start the deployment. This is usually going to take a second. First, I would choose a server close to you. On my case, it will be 17, and these will be taking a second to load. And let me show real quick. This will be an error that usually happening 5 or 6 times that I took this lab. If you get an error saying Gaia propagation delay, you just have to type gcloud app deploy, and you're going to start over. Let's make sure if we get an error, press yes right here. And let me open the lab right there. So it's working right here. While it's working, we can see perfect right here how it should look after the deploy. Basically, hello world. And after it loads, we can put the gcloud app browse. Just a second. And do you guys have any questions while this is loading on the chat? Perfect. I don't see any questions yet, so we following perfect. So after this, still working. So until now, we don't get any Gaia propagation error. If you get, you just have to go right here, gcloud app deploy, copy, and paste. And this will be the first 20 points after this load, and we can click check product. Okay, almost done. Perfect. So I didn't get that error. If you get that error in red, as mentioned before, just use that code right here. So right now, as you can see, to view your application, gcloud app browse, and it's going to give the link right here. Perfect. So do a copy and paste of this link we're going to be using in the future. But this is how it's supposed to work. So this is your application right now. Anyone can access this website until for 52 more minutes. But this is how you have your basic website. So you can click and check my progress, and we can make sure we got our first 20 points. Perfect. Now we're going to go to the interest part. We're going to restrict this website. So if you go right here at Google Cloud, you can bring your terminal down, security, IAP. And let's make sure we're following right here the guide. We're going to enable this API. And after we enable this API, we're going to click right here, go to Identity Aware Proxy. So here we're going to configure the API. Is going to open a new tab on your browser. And perfect. Okay, so this has happened to me before. If you click right here, internal, as the guide asks you, if you try to log in with your personal Gmail account to verify, it's not going to let you. If you click external account, you can log in with any Gmail account. So we're going to follow the guide and click internal right here, but I'm going to show in the future it's going to give you an error. You can learn more about here, but this is going to be available for any user account. The internal one is going to be available for your organization. On this case, the organization is the quicklabs.net. So let's create. Perfect. So here you can fill the information. So you can follow the guide right here. Put any name that you want for your app. So let's put the best AIP example. The support email, you can put your email right here, given by Quicklabs. Don't put your personal email, otherwise you cannot verify information. If you're doing by a company or for yourself, then you can put your email. I tried to put a image right here, but it didn't show me. But let's put anyway. You can have that option, secure logo. And right here, like I mentioned before, to copy that URL link, you can paste right there. The privacy policy link, as mentioned in the lab, is basically the same link, but with the word privacy at the end, no space. Terms of service is optional if you want to add, and the domain is going to be the URL that we had before, but without right here, without HTTPS and without that. Perfect. So you just press. Perfect. And developer contact information is going to be the email shown to the app. Hey, if you need access, contact this person. We're going to use the email provided by Quick Labs right here. Perfect. And save and continue. Perfect. And right here, save and continue. And back to dashboard. Perfect. So we can go back right here, refresh the page, reload. And right here, our AIP is almost completed. If you go to your website, you're going to see, nope, not blocked. But after you press right here, you can activate AIP turn on. Usually takes a second, but if you copy and paste your URL, it's going to ask for an account. And we can see right here the best AIP example. So if you log in, oh, you don't have access. Why is that? Well, we configured the AIP, but we didn't have or gave the access to anyone else. So not even us have the access right now. So we have to go back. So following the tutorial right here. And we're going to select. So sometimes it takes a second, as you can see right here. And we add right here. So you click right here on the filter and add a principal. On this case, the principal is going to be us, so I can add the email. If you want to add everyone else, you can add all users or all authenticated users. That doesn't show here, but let's add ourselves in a row. So let's give a basic role. So this person is going to just be a web app user. Is only going to see, is not going to make any modifications. You do have different roles that you can provide, but let's give just the basic one right here. So this does take a second to load. If it doesn't load, you can try again, but it's going to give a message on the bottom. So let's refresh the page. Oh, right here on the bottom, we can click the cookies, so they don't know it's us. Oh, right here. If you follow until that part, you can click right here. Okay, still loading. You see right here, please grant AIP web security role. So we can do one more time right here. Add principal. The same email that we had before. Provided by Quick Labs. Put right there. AIP web user, save. Okay, policy updated. Okay, so let's make sure one more time. Perfect, so it's completed now. So we're going to use these to clear the cookies of our website saved on our browser. And here, it's going to ask me to log in again. If I log into my account, perfect, hello world, I can access. But if anyone else try to log in, let's use my personal account. Well, one of them. Log in right here. Well, 2FA, so I always use 2FA, two-factor authentication. So let me use right here. Please don't log into my account. You're going to see authorization error. And that was the point that I mentioned before. If you had clicked to internal or external use, on this case, it's only internal. So only people that have the emails from quicklabs.net can access this. If you have a Gmail account, like my personal account, it's going to provide you an error. So even if you add right here your email, and with gmail.com, it's going to give you an error because you're only putting internal use. So perfect. So as you can see, we don't have access with any other account, only the account that we gave access, the Quick Labs one. Perfect. So let's go to the next module. On this module, we're going to show the keys of the user login to the application. So let's open again the Cloud Shell. Perfect. So let me double check. Anyone have any questions until the moment before we go to the next topic? Perfect. I don't see any questions on my screen. So let's keep moving forward. So user identity information. So this here, you're going to get a unique user ID. So anytime that anyone logs in, is going to prompt. And in this case, it's going to show the screen the user ID. So let's move to that folder, deploy that folder. It takes a second to deploy. So okay. So let's moving forward. So these will be the new files that is going to be added from the hello world. We're going to now intercept the user email and the user ID. And we're going to render on the page the user email and the user ID. So after this completes loading, we're going to see hello, the Quick Labs email, and the ID provided by Google. So as soon as it's completed, we're going to deploy the website, and I'm going to show how to find this. I just need to make sure I go back, otherwise it's going to mess up the lab. So still loading. So this is going to be the screen that when we deploy, it should show up. Hello user, or personal email, no, personal, the Quick Labs email here, and the user ID saved by AIP. Perfect, it's done. So let's go back here, deploy our website. Yes. Okay, perfect. Let's make sure it's deployed. Oh, I didn't have to deploy. It was deployed already. I had to browse. So it's going to take one more second. We're basically deploying one more time just to make sure. Perfect. This is deployed. We're going to click right here to make sure we get our next progress. And I think after this one, yes. Oh no, we still have one more right here. Perfect. Since I deployed the first time, it's completed already. So let's keep just waiting until it shows up right here. But after it's completed, we're going to browse, and it will provide you similar information that's displaying on this screen right here. Perfect's done. Working. Okay. First part's done. Let's just wait for a second. And after that, we're just going to deploy right here so I can show the difference for the first, the second one. Here. So we have the Google accounts that we have login and our persistent ID. So this ID is not going to change so they can track us. So let's go next right here. So, if you want to make sure everything's correct, you can go there. So it shows all the files. The template is going to be the one that's storing this new code right here. So CD templates, and we can see the directory and the cat index. Perfect. So here we can see the title is the same, but what we're grabbing right now is the email and the user ID. So let's close that, CD, go back, perfect. So we're on the 42 right now. So we already browsed. So what if we turn off the AIP? What would happen? So bring down right here the screen and turn off. So we turn it off. So let's see what would show up on this screen right here after we turn off. So hello none, your user ID is none. Basically, since we not log in, we cannot keep track. So anyone can spoof that information. So we're going to go down in a second. So perfect. Hello none, your persistent ID is none. So if we go right here on the shell cloud, we can pretend that we are anyone to your website that is not protected by AIP. So let's make this bigger so we can see better. And where you see right here, your URL right here, you're going to put it, remove the brackets, because if you leave the brackets, it's not going to run. And put your website URL. Improve it. So going to be, Curl is going to show you the HTML format of the website is loading. We basically, let's say, attacking the website with a fake email, and we sending the information to the server directly. With the AIP, it's not going to hit our server, but hello, totally fake email, your persistent ID is done. So we changed the Google Authentication user email. So let's go back right here. So the same thing that was shown before, hello, fake email, so anyone can spoof the information. So let's make sure we getting the right user accessing your website, and we're going to use the Google cryptographic keys to send a request to the survey and send back to us, making sure that that's the right person logging to our website or web app. So let's go right here. Let's open the next project, number 3. And let's deploy them. Continue, yes. Okay, while this is loading, let's check the files. So, perfect, it's loading. These will be the files similar to the folder number 2, but right now we have the user. So here the assertion, as you can see, is a cryptographic signed data by Google. So they're going to verify. If it doesn't have assertion, so if the AIP is off, it's going to return none, as we saw before, right here, none, and your user ID is none. So after they decode the keys provided by Google and authenticate, is going to reveal the information. So it should show up as, let me show right here, none if the user doesn't have any authentication to our web app, or it should show right here if the user have authentication to our web app, their email and the unique ID. Perfect, still working right here. So let's go up. Perfect, we finish and deploy we deploy right here. So here we got our 100 points for the badge, but let's finish and take a look on the app. So as we're going to see right here, we're going to open the browse and browse. Okay, we're still in step 2. Let's redo one more time step 3. So let's see the number 3 and make sure I'm in the right directory. See the templates and cat. Oh, here index, so cat index. Okay, right here, this is step 3. So let's go back and deploy project number 3. We can see right here, hello verify user. Wrong, copy and paste. Let's deploy project 3. I think I deployed project 2 last time. Yes. Or it may be that it usually takes a second. So let's see. Okay, still deploying. So, okay. So it was right. It was just taking a moment to load, but we deploying again to make sure. So as you can see over here, since we didn't turn on the AIP, the user can still spoof the information. So you're going to see on the top, hello none, your persisting ID is done, your verified email is done, or persistent ID is done. So this first is what user provide to us, and the second one is what Google gives us back. But since we not have the AIP connected, is displaying none. So we're still working right here. And after this is completed, we're going to turn back on the AIP. Perfect, right here. It's working. Perfect, almost there. Perfect, usually takes a second to load. So let's close all the other tabs. Still giving project 3. Okay, let's just wait. But after this is complete, it should give us the information of the student name with matching unique ID, and your, again, student email with your unique ID. Okay, it's working. If this doesn't work, we can press Ctrl C and restart, but let's wait a second till it loads. And after the shell is completed, we're going to click AIP. I just don't want to click at the moment. We don't want to glitch everything. Perfect. Where is my shell? File upload done. Let's press enter. Okay, still working right here. Let me open the screen so you can see better. Working. We can restart with Ctrl C and deploy one more time. Continue, yes. Okay, you may not have by 10 total instances in your project. Okay, we are in the right folder, number 3. Let's deploy one more time. Yes. Error. Invalid argument you have. Let's make sure if it is playing, we can go ahead, browse. Perfect. So it already loaded. So we can go here and close the shell command line and turn on our AIP. So AIP was being turned on. So this is going to take a second, but when we refresh, perfect. It didn't take any second. We can verify the information here. Scripts are correct to the information right here. As the code that we saw, this information was provided to the user, and this information cryptographically sent by Google. Perfect. So after this, congrats. You get, if this is your first lab, congrats, this is your first badge. You can keep going ahead and click security and identity fundamentals to keep getting more badges and complete your certification. Scroll down right here. I'll let you guys have any other questions. Please complete all the badges so you can get some goodies for your university. And congrats. Do you guys have any questions so we can go over right now? Perfect. I don't see any questions. So we can click right here to end lab. All done. Oh, I cancel. Too fast click. Submit and grade your lab. This was a great lab for me. And submit your review so we can keep improving these labs, getting more consistent information. But this lab was amazing, super well detailed explained for me. So please hit us up, let us know if you have any questions. Okay, so if you guys don't have any other questions, we'll be concluding this lab. Please let us know if you have any other questions. Okay, let's wait a couple of seconds. Okay. Perfect. We're going to have Daniel joining us to confirm the conclusion of this lab. How was the lab for you, Daniel?
It was amazing. I gotta say, Ricardo, you did a fantastic job of walking us through, how to complete all of the portions of the lab. One thing I really enjoyed was the way you called out, the specific errors that you may receive and how I could have gotten through them from my own end. It really helped me make sure that I didn't get stuck at any point throughout this lab. So what I'll mention to all of us who are watching, who may be, watching this after the live event, make sure to share those pro tips with your friends. And make sure to provide our GDSC link, how you gained access to this campaign, to all of your friends as well. This is an opportunity for all students to join and learn amazing resources through our 30 Days of Cloud initiative. By using the link on the bottom of the screen, bit.ly/GDSC 30 days 1, you'll receive a 1-month subscription to our entire catalog of cloudskillsboost.google.com. So definitely take the time to activate this monthly subscription for free and join us for tomorrow's event. We are going to be back tomorrow to kind of cover another lab and make sure all of y'all have your questions answered about our fundamental series here. So with that being said, Ricardo, any final words for those out there before we say goodbye for the evening?
Yes. I want to thank you, Daniel, for all the support, all the motivation you gave to me during this lab and project. You guys didn't see Daniel as much, but he was mentoring me. He was exceptional. And please, please, please join and share this lab with all your students, all your friends. We want to make sure this grow. These are Google-backed videos, Google-backed everything. So please, 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 we're trying to help you out with your career on dev. So anything, you can use this free trial to learn anything that Google can provide to us.
Absolutely. Make sure to visit our website, cloudcoach.dev. Make sure to register for this opportunity. And again, make sure to come back to future events, like and subscribe to our channel. We're going to have tons of events for you to learn from outside of our 30-day initiative. So make sure to join a local GDSC community, and we'll see you very soon. Thank you all so much for joining. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, everyone.